One of my favourite places in Somerset is the town of Watchet, not just because of its ancient history, but for its celebrated people and characters, like Yankee Jack, the 19th century father of sea shanties, and of course not forgetting the ancient mariner from Samuel Taylor Coleridge's famous poem. But another well-known character is a little more left field, so if you come with me, I'll tell you the story of a goose named Derek. You weren't expecting that, were you? The story of Derek the goose begins more than 10 years ago when she, oh yes, it was a female goose, we'll get to that in a minute, blew in to watch it on a storm like some feathery Mary Poppins, as this poem by local woman Anne Belfield explains.
"'Twere a windy night in 2010. I were blown to the west and then westwards again. I landed in Watchet, a right proper job, fearing the locals would eye up the ob. Daft buggers they were, but kind all the same. So now Watchet's my home, and Derek's my name."
It wouldn't be long before Derek became a firm friend of Watchet. Local residents and boat owners would start looking out for Derek and setting up a little fund to keep her well fed. Apparently she was partial to a cabbage and a Weetabix. Derek would even be given a health check, which is where it was discovered that Derek was a female goose. But by that point, the name had already stuck. Derek would become a local celeb and unofficial little mascot for the next decade. But if you've ever seen an Attenborough programme, you'll know nature can be brutal. Well, in October 2021, Derek suddenly vanished. No one knew why. It was very out of character for her, so they got concerned, asked questions, but had no luck. Until an early morning dog walker spotted bloodstains and feathers on the harbour slipway just behind me, where Derek was known to sleep of an evening at low tide. It wasn't looking good, so people naturally presumed the worst. After a closer inspection, sadly, it was confirmed that those feathers on the slipway were that of a goose. Flowers were quickly starting to be laid on the esplanade, and messages of tribute were left for Derek. Even to this day, her fate remains a mystery, although I reckon it was a blimmin' fox, you know. But Watchet made sure that its little feathery buddy wasn't forgotten. Well, a local lady called Karen Scott started a fundraiser so that a permanent memorial to Derek could be installed. She raised over £1,000, and this was the result. And that, my friends, is where this story comes to an end. If Watchet can keep a goose happy for 10 years, then I think it's time you paid a visit yourself. See you next time.